Hello, Darshan Maharaja here. In times of despair, I often say that the extreme tribalism that has come to prevail in Canadian society will hasten the ending of Canadian society. Since yesterday, I've been having one of these phases of despair. The attempted assassination of former president of US and now currently presidential candidate for another term, Donald Trump, is serious enough, and the reaction from certain segments of Canadian society uh, is even more serious for me. I'm saying more serious because the issues surrounding the attempted assassination are, in the final analysis, an American issue. And as you know, I remain confined to Canadian issues. I don't go into other countries' issues, maybe sometimes as a reference, but I don't discuss them. Whereas this reaction that I have seen is very much a Canadian issue. It is a very serious one. Its consequences, if it is allowed to continue and grow as it has been over the past few years, will bring very negative consequences to Canada, in my opinion. Uh, and this is coming from places where people hold some kind of a position of responsibility, if not authority, and therefore it is even more even more concerning to me that they are feeling emboldened to air their views, not in private, that would be bad too, but when they put it out in public is when they have the ability to influence the opinion of many other people. This is not to suggest that Canadians are gullible, but that their opinion carries kind of a stamp of authority, or at least some weight with a lot of people. And therefore, individuals in this kind of position should be a lot more careful in choosing their words, especially in situations like this. For example, and this is mainly coming, as I have seen, from media and academia. Talking of academia, there is this Dr. Karen Pinder or Pinder, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but she appears to be a professor at University of British Columbia in the field of medicine, of all things, where concern for human life and physical well-being of humans is supposed to be paramount. uh, she wrote on Twitter, "Damn, so close, too bad." To which another person, who seems to be a research histologist, so again some kind of an academic position, the Twitter handle is at IR underscore AM auntie. And further digging showed that this person's real name could be Ingrid Berta. Uh, she replied to this saying, "I really wish the person had better aim." Now, here is someone in academia, hoping that the assassination attempt would have succeeded. To which Dr. Karen Pinder replied, "What a glorious day this could have been," with an exclamation mark at the end. I mean, this is absolutely horrific for someone to say a thing like this. Then this was picked up by another academic, one Shoshana Jacobs, who, according to her profile, is a professor and settler, uh, saying when 4 inches really matters. Now, it is open to interpretation as to whether she means it in a good way or a bad way. A lot of people interpreted it in the latter iteration. But I wonder if this is a sexual innuendo where 4 inches really matter. So, this is not the kind of uh, ambiguous or language containing double meaning or potentially containing double meaning that we want people in the academia to use. And then she has doubled down on her stance, saying she wouldn't want anyone dead, etc. But that is not flying with the people who are interacting with her. So again, at the very least, this is careless use of words, not making clear what she meant. Then on the media side, we have the high priest of Panditocracy in Canada, Andrew Coyne, saying the attempt is going to embolden or incite his more violent followers. It is going to push some who were not disposed to violence to justify it to themselves. It is going to make Trump even more bent on revenge if he gets elected. So he is essentially, stating that violence will come from the other side. That is his hypothesis. But I think he considers it more valid than the actual violence that came at President Trump. And one person died. I understand few others have been injured as well. So that is violence, which actually came, but he is now hypothesizing about violence that may, in his estimation, come from the other side. And that he considers more worthy of being highlighted. Now, on Twitter, a lot of people keep saying that Mr. Coyne is prone to such terrible takes. And in this case, at least I agree. And in other cases also, I have myself responded to him to the effect essentially that his take is terrible. We all remember him for the, anti-social yobs comment dripping with elitism for the truckers convoy. On CBC, I saw someone had posted a clip of CBC. It wasn't from the actual video. This seemed to have been recorded on phone as it was being aired on CBC, where the person who was talking in that clip, their face or name was not visible, but saying essentially that, referring to the words that President Trump has used in the past. So, reading between the lines, the message was that he had this coming because of his past words or past speeches. So that is again a very weird kind of a take to have when someone has just survived an assassination attempt, another person died, and this is what they have to say about the whole thing. This is not to say that everyone in the media is of the same mold. Tristan Hopper, who is an editor at National Post, summarized it best in my view. He tweeted saying, at the executive level of every crumbling Canadian institution, agency, and non-profit is someone like this, referring to Dr. Karen Pindle. The damage they have done will never be fully calculated, never fully repaired. And unfortunately, I have to agree with this assessment. Because remember, the US is our most important ally, our biggest trading partner, and we are basically riding on their coattails when it comes to defense. Now, we should have at least on practical grounds or on grounds of self-interest as a nation, we should have a kinder view of this. Instead of that, these ideologically blinded people are coming out swinging, uh, openly hoping that the assassination attempt should have succeeded. Now, I don't know, this extreme tribalism is further compounded by the fact that in public debates, a lot of people are too deeply invested in American issues, such that they think they are their personal issues, or at least issues that affect Canadian society as directly as if they were happening in Canada. So they tend to have very strong opinions and an equally strong urge to express them. And then those views are tinted by their extreme tribalism. And in the end, this is not good, not for the society, not for the country, not for our interests, nor from a moral point of view, which is uh, the uppermost concern in my mind right now. So these are the thoughts that came to my mind when I saw these unhinged comments. Two of the academics, Dr. Pinder and Ingrid Berta, they seem to have protected their Twitter accounts to, avoid all the backlash that they were already getting. And Shoshana Jacobs' account is still open, as I checked last a few minutes ago. These are the kinds of voices that need to be, I won't say silenced because I am not in favor of canceling anyone, but they need to be corrected, and saner heads need to prevail. Otherwise, I don't think we can claim validly that we are a good society. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll meet again in the next video. Until then, goodbye and be well.